Hey guys, this is Rusty. Thanks for joining us on today's workout. On tap, Bodyweight Bootcamp. You don't need anything but a yoga mat and a towel and something to drink for when you get thirsty. Have a great time, have a lot of fun, exercise at your own intensity levels, and I'll see you doing a workout. All right guys, we're ready. Take those arms straight out and I want you to just scissor your arms side to side, kind of using a little bit of momentum to cross them over and to pull them back. So when you pull back, you feel like your shoulder blades are going together. And when you come in front, your upper back is really getting good stretch. Now next time you go back, I want you to hold them back, but bend your elbows and really squeeze your shoulder blades back together. Open up your feet about shoulder width apart and just rotate to one side, really trying to pull that elbow around, pivot off your back foot, and take it to the other side and hold it there. And you can just slowly start to generate a little bit of momentum here, and just feel like you're taking it side to side. Take those arms in front, alternate with a knee grab, point your toe to the floor as you do. And switch this to a heel kick, grabbing your foot and pulling back. Take one foot out in front of you and keep the other leg back. The leg behind you is going to bend, the leg in front is going to stay straight. And just tip forward from your hips, take a little stretch into that hamstring on that forward leg. Switch, other side. And now step your feet wide, wide, wide. Turn your toes out just a little bit. Drop your hands to your knees and take that right shoulder and go towards your left knee. Back to center and to the other side. Again, right shoulder, left knee. Left shoulder, right knee. One more time each way. Good. Now keep your feet wide, bend your knees as much as you can till you get your hands on the floor. Maybe just your fingertips, and then just slowly straighten through your legs. Reach the crown of your head forward, push your hips back, and let that stretch through your hamstrings and your low back. And I want you to keep your hands on the floor as long as you can as you work your heel toe back underneath your hips. If the hands don't stay on the ground, bring them to your feet or your ankles. And bend your knees, drop your butt, take a deep breath in, reach your arms wide and overhead. And as you exhale, bring those hands behind you, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, press your hands away. You've got 30 seconds before we start our workout. We're going to add a little something different in today. Normally on Bodyweight Bootcamp, we have 5 exercises that we go through 3 times, and we do 2 circuits of that. Today, we're going to go through 5 exercises twice, but we're going to add a 3rd set at the end. Timing will be the same. It's just going to give us a chance to do 5 different exercises than we normally would. So we're going to get started on the floor today in a plank position. You can do this on your forearms or on your hands. Doesn't matter. Either way, I need you to bring your towel with you. Ball it up. Get it into one hand. Because we're going to be in a single arm plank. Taking that towel in that free hand and reaching it underneath your body and then bringing it up. You can rotate if you want, or you can keep the body facing the floor. Either way, we're only going to keep one arm on the ground for the entire time. All right. So pick an arm to get started with. I'm going to start with that towel in my right arm. 45 seconds. You ready? Let's go. Find your plank and let's rotate under and out. Trying to keep the hips and the legs stationary. Seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on your feet. We're not going to go to the other side immediately. Drop that towel down. Take your feet wide, wide. We're going to do a little skater lunge and reach. All that means is we're going to bend one leg, take the opposite hand to your heel, come back to center, and go to the other side. You ready? Let's go. Let's take it. One leg bends, the other one stays straight. Windmill those arms side to side. And let me see your eyes, not the top of your head. So I want to see you gliding down, not bending over. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Find the plank on the other side. Towel in that left hand this time. Ready? Let's go. Plank and twist. Underneath. Bring that towel around. Try to reach as far under your body as you can without touching the ground. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back on your feet. Drop that towel. Now, in the same vein as we did those skater lunges touching, start with your feet together. We can do a back lunge, reverse lunge. As you go back with the right leg, your right hand's going to touch the inside of that left foot. Go back left. Touch the inside of that right foot. Ready? Let's go. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hit the ground. We're going to do a little Pilates frog extension. I'm going to face away from you so you can see what that frog position looks like. So we're going to start pushing your heels together into your body with your knees wide. The frog part is pushing your feet together and extending, turn your toes out, and then pulling back in. Don't let your heels come apart. Ready? Let's go. Extend and pull it back in. The further you go away from your body, the harder that is. So you can go straight up to the ceiling or straight out away from you depending on where you want the intensity, but don't let the heels come apart. Push. Keep the toes away from each other, but keep the heels touching. 15 seconds. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees coming up. You've got a 30-second break, and we're going to go through those 5 again. Again, I will give you different options for those as we continue. So the first set, I was down on my forearms, reaching that towel under for the side plank. This time I'm going to be up on my straight arm, and I'm going to take a full turn. Same concept, just different starting position. So my start's going to look like this. I'm going to be up on my left arm. That towel's going to reach under, and when I pull through, I'm going to take a full rotation. Okay? So decide where you want to be. Forearms or straight arms. Ready? Let's go. Try to keep that hand directly underneath your shoulder and rotate. Push that hand as far away as you can underneath you. "15 seconds. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Drop the towel. Wide stance. Skater lunge. Side to side. Bending through. Ready? Let's go. Touch. You want to get more cardio in? Pick up the pace. Windmill those arms. Drop your butt low without bending over. If it helps with your transitions, you can turn your toes out a little bit more. Wherever your toes go, that's the direction your knees bend, or vice versa. Wherever your knees bend, that's the direction your toes should be pointing. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Back to the floor. Other side with your plank. Again, I'm opting on a straight arm on this set. Ready? Let's go. We're up. Twist it and open it. Modify this however you need to. If you're having issues with your wrist or your shoulders. If the twisting isn't working for you, just hold a straight plank. Work your core as strong as you can for the time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back on your feet. Drop the towel. Step back lunge. Rotate. I'm going to focus on taking my hand way up to the ceiling as that other hand reaches for my foot. Ready? Let's go. So again, this is kind of like the skater lunge where you're reaching for that opposite foot and you're getting that upper body rotation. Again, think about rotating your shoulders. Avoid bending over quite so much. That'll keep the work out of your back. Make sure you're stepping straight back and you're not into a curtsy lunge or a crossover. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the ground. Frog. I'm going to advance this frog pose by keeping my upper body in a crunch. So I'm going to hold my head and shoulders up while my legs do the frog. Ready? Let's go. You can have your head down with your hands down if you like. Remember, feet closer to the ground is harder. Feet closer to the ceiling is easier. Heels stay together. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees, pull yourself up. 30 seconds to a minute, and we move on to a new series. I want to preview the last exercise, or I should say the last 2 exercises in this round. It's one that you may need balance with. We're going to do a high knee to a warrior 3. If you're good with your balance, you're going to have that towel open. Okay, we're going to go from a high knee to pushing that towel out, pushing the leg back. Okay, obviously it's a balance pose. If your balance isn't good, hold that towel in your right hand, right knee comes up, and you're just pushing with one hand while that other hand holds on to something. As always, I want you to challenge yourself with everything possible. Balance is one of those things. But if your balance gets thrown off so much to where you can't even complete a few reps, then hold on to something and get the work into your body. All right? First exercise, no towel, feet together, side to side, step squat. So feet together, we're just going to move and get as low as we can, then power off that outside leg to come back to the center. Ready? Let's go. If you want to get a little arm motion involved, hands go in front when you squat down. Squeeze the shoulders back when you come together. Make sure when that foot hits the ground from you stepping out, you squat straight down and you're not favoring that outside leg. Now, you do push off the outside leg to get back to center, but it's not an offset squat like this or a lunge. 2 more to each side. Last one. To the floor, face down. I want you to put your left hand underneath your chin, right arm straight out in front of you. We're going to do a half Superman. That means your right arm and your left leg are going to lift as high as they can go. Drop it back down to the floor. Lift your hand like you're trying to shake someone's hand, and then bring it back down. Ready? Let's go. When you get to the very top, when you're lifting that leg as high as you can, and you have that hand as high as you can, pause for a moment and try to pull your belly button off the ground. Ideally, I'd like to see your head resting in the ground so there's no tension in your neck. Give me one more and switch sides. Ready? Go. Left arm, right leg. Use Squeeze your shoulder to lift the arm. Squeeze your butt to lift the leg. 2 more. Good. Flip over to your backside. Again, I'm going to face away from you just so you can see motion. Windshield wiper abs. Arms to the ground. Legs up with your knees slightly bent. Go side to side as far as you can go without your opposite shoulder coming off the ground. Ready? Go. Keep your knees and feet together. At the very least, your feet. Don't let them come apart. And again, stop before your opposite shoulder comes off the ground. And use the muscles in your obliques to get from side to side. Your arms are out to the side like the outriggers of a canoe, so you don't tip over. But don't go so far to where you've got to push that hand into the ground to help you get back. Two more to each side. Good. Hug your knees. Come on up. All right, here we go to that exercise I demoed earlier. It's the high knee to the warrior 3. So, if you need your balance, hold that towel in your right hand. If you're okay with your balance, hold it in both. Towel's going to go out. Knee high. Tip from the hips, not from the back, and push out. Come back to a high knee. Let's go. When you get into the extension, you hold for a moment and you return back slowly. Transitioning from the extension to the high knee is where most of the work is. Two more. Last one. Good. Stand. Shake it out. Get ready for the other side. All right. Towel out. Try to pull that towel apart, high knee, and move it. At the end of that extension, your goal is to be parallel to the ground. Torso and the back leg. So if your arms and shoulders are getting lower than your hips, you're going too far down. Don't go as far down, but try to lift that back leg a little higher. 2 more. Good job. Drop that towel. 30 seconds break. We'll go back to exercise number 1. So when we go back down to the floor for those half Supermans, feel free to take both arms out and lift both arms and both legs at the same time. I'm doing them half and half just because I think I can get a higher range of motion doing one at a time. That's just another option for you if you want it. Drop that towel. Another option for these step out squats is going to be the jump. So you remember that. So we step out, we hop to get to the other side. Okay, just a little bit more cardio. If you don't want to do the hop, remember, stepping with the hands out, arms pull back when you stand together, and go back. Okay, you choose it. Either way, let's get to work. Ready? Let's go. Hop transition or step transition. You choose. Two more to each side. Good job. To the floor. Again, full or half Superman. If you're on the half like me, left hand underneath your chin. Right arm out in front. Right arm lifts like I'm shaking someone's hand. Left leg comes up. And take it down. Remember, while you're pausing at the top, try to lift that belly button up. Relax your foot, relax your hand. Shoulder and glutes are doing the work. Give me two more if you're on the half. And then we switch. Ready? Go. Switch your left arm out. Right leg lifts. If you're doing full Superman, just take your time. Relax your head and neck as those arms and legs go up. Two more times. Flip over to your back, windshield wipers. Legs up, knees slightly bent. Arms out to the side. Let's go. Just a slow drizzle outside. Keep these movements slow and controlled. Pause at the side before you transition back over. Two more to each side. Grab your knees, pull yourself up. High knee to warrior three. Towel out. Knee starts high. Here we go. Push it out. Push it back. Transition. High knee. Flexing the foot on this helps you engage the glutes, but don't get so focused on your foot because it's your core and your glutes that are helping you move. That foot just assists. If the shoulders allow you more movement, once you get out to your full extension, lift a little higher and bring it back down. Last one. Good, put it down, shake it out, get ready for the other side. Last exercise on this round. Here we go, towel up and out. Left knee, lift. Take it out. Remember, lift that towel if the shoulders allow. Once your torso and your leg get to parallel. Let's get 2 more in here. Good job. 30 seconds to a minute rest. 5 more exercises coming up. First exercise, guys, is going to be on your knees, so if you need extra cushion, roll that mat up once or twice. But be careful, I don't want that mat to get in the way. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. So we're going to come down on your knees. Hands are going to be out in front. Actually, I'm going to hold the towel. So we're going to go from kneeling to standing. So bring my foot up. I'm going to stay in the squat to bring my other foot up. Then I'm going to stand. I'm going to squat as low as I can go. And then back to my knees. All right? The only thing I need you to be conscious of is that you use the opposite leg every other rep. So you're not always coming up with your right leg first every single time. That's where you develop some overuse injuries, and also you make that dominant leg even more dominant and the dragging leg weaker. So alternate what leg you use to get up with first. Again, I'm going to use my towel out in front of me. Tell you what, I'm actually going to turn to the side for the profile, because what I really want you to see is that when I get one foot up, I need to stay as low as I can in a squat before I stand. Ready? Let's go. Up, up, stand. Squat low, come down. Opposite leg. Up, up, stand, down. One more time. Good job. Stay on the ground, face down. Both hands underneath your chin. Bend your knees. Make sure your knees are about 6 to 8 inches apart. Rest your head into the floor. Now, alternate legs. Squeeze the butt cheek and try to get that leg off the ground as high as you can go, like you're trying to push your heel to the ceiling. See how much of your thigh and your knee you can get off the ground without rotating your body off the floor. So feel your arms and your chest on the floor, and as you lift that leg, you'll feel your knee, your thigh, maybe your hip bone come off the ground, but don't rotate. Flex the foot, push the heel to the ceiling. One more to each side. Good, turn over. Bicycle crunches. I'm actually going to use the towel behind my head instead of my hands. So I'm going to let that towel support my head. I'm holding it by the edges. So when I turn, it's my shoulders that are turning and I'm not pulling up side to side. Ready? Let's go, we're moving. Remember, the turns are slow and you hold the turn. Four, 3, 2, last one. Good. Stay on the floor, but pull yourself up. And we're going to go right to floor dips. So you're going to start up in the tabletop position with the hips as high as you can go. Now, it's impossible to keep your hips up high, but your focus needs to be on the elbow bend. How much can you bend your elbows before your butt hits the ground? Make sure your elbows bend straight back behind you and you squeeze your triceps to get up. If you're in a room that happens to have a chair, by all means get up there and use it. I'm going to stay on the floor and demo for those of us who don't. Ready? Go, let's hit it. At the very top, squeeze the muscles in your tricep, push the hips back up. So you start and you finish in that tabletop position. Again, focus on the elbow bending first, not the hip drop. The hips are going to drop whether you want them to or not. With the elbows, you got to think about it. Let's get 4 more. Last one coming up. And if you haven't overworked your hips, helping with the triceps, drop all the way down. Feet as wide as your mat. Turn your toes out to the side. And we're going to bridge. So before you bridge, pelvic tilt. Get your low back to press to the floor. Then squeeze and come all the way up. And then drop it back down. Take your hands. Put on your backside. Make sure you feel those muscles squeezing up and pushing in. And then come all the way back down. Again, make sure you feel that pelvic tilt first, where you get your back flat to the floor before you push up. And back down. Remember, feet are wide, toes are turned out. That allows you at the top of the bridge to really push, like you're trying to get your hips higher than your knees. And then come back down, all the while holding that pelvic tilt. One more time. Squeeze at the top and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees, come on up. 30 seconds to a minute break. We go through those 5 one more time. A lot of work on the floor in this last round. So the biggest change on this round, on this side, we're going to start on your knees again. When I get up to that squat position, instead of standing up, I'm going to jump up. So, foot up, here, jump, land in a squat, then back to my knees. That's the option you can take if you want it. So you're going to jump from the squat. Remember, when you land, make sure you land with soft knees like they're springs to bring you back down to that squat position and get back to the floor. Again, if you're not jumping, you're just picking up the pace. Just remember, alternate legs so you don't overuse one or the other. Ready? Let's go. Up, up, jump, back down. 2 more. Good job. Face down, hands underneath your chin. Knees bent, feet up. So you already know what the option I'm going to give you here is. I'm still going to do the one leg at a time. If you want to take both legs up, you can. So both legs is a lot more work in your lower back, and those muscles that help support the lower spine. Single leg is a little bit more glute and hamstring. So give the doubles a try if you want. And go back to the singles if you want to. Here we go. Flex the foot, push up, back down. A little pause at the top. Control it on the way down. Don't just let your legs fall. Who's getting both legs up there? How big of a difference do you feel in that work? It's tremendous. 10 seconds to go. Two more on each side. Bicycle crunches, turn over. Right, let's move it. Remember, hold the turn. Shoulders stay up the whole time, and just move side to side. Four, 3, 2, last one. Sit up. Get to the chair if you want it. I'm staying on the ground for the dips again. So whether you're on the floor or the chair, remember, as the elbows bend, make sure they go straight back behind you and not flared out to the side. Your hand position will help that. So here we go. Find your tabletop. Squeeze your glutes. Let's go. Bend the elbows. The hips will follow. Squeeze the triceps. Push the hips back up as you do. Mind into the muscle. Again, it's easy to want to use your glutes to help with this work. Focus in your arms. Two more. Good, have a seat. Lie it back. Feet wide, toes out. Take your towel this time. Hold that towel straight up in the air. Try to pull that towel apart while we do bridges. So remember, you're squeezing your glutes. After the pelvic tilt, get up as high as you can. Keep pushing and hold. Keep pulling that towel apart and drop it back down. Pelvic tilt first. Big squeeze at the top. And come on down. Next time you go up, stay up. Now just come halfway down and pulse back up. Half and pulse. Keep that pelvic tilt. Don't let that work go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Keep that towel in your hand. Take a breath or two. Left leg straight out on the floor. Put that towel around your right foot. Get it up in the air. And give it a little pull to stretch. Now you can use the towel if you want. But now take that same leg and reach all the way across your body. Good. Bend the knee to release the stretch and change legs. Hamstring first, leg up in the air. Towel or hands, pull that leg across. Good, come back to center. Release that towel, hug your knees, pull yourself up and down, or rock yourself up and down. Come up to a seated position, hands next to your hips. Roll up. Find yourself in a squatted position with those hands out in front, heels off the ground. Going to drop your heels, feel that stretch through your Achilles, your calves. And then we're going to work our way up to a forward fold. Remember, if your hands don't stay on the ground, bring them to your feet, ankles, or legs. Tighten the muscles in your thighs. That will help lengthen your legs. And then a soft bend in your knees. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take a nice deep breath in. Arms reach up overhead. Drop that right arm back behind you. Grab your elbow. Stretch through your tricep. Reach up and switch. It's a minor miracle, but we went through bodyweight boot camp without any push-ups. I can count at least 2 of you who were happy about that. Reach those arms up and wide. Get them back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back. Take that right arm out to the side for a counterbalance. Grab that left foot and pull back. Drop and switch. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Thank y'all so much. Enjoy your Wednesday. Hope you had a great workout. I know I enjoyed that one. Make sure you drink lots of water, stretch a little bit after, recover well. And if you haven't done so already, please follow me on Instagram at rr.fitnesspro. See you soon.